Hey, this is Redman coming to you live from the Road Famous Comedy Store for a brand new episode of Kill Tony Volume 2. Give up for Tony!
Oh yeah, baby, we did it again. Here we are. Happy Monday, everybody. How are you guys? You ready for an exciting show? I have two of my funniest friends here to be guests on tonight. Okay, very good. Fuck yeah, this is fun. It's always fun waking everybody up on a Monday evening, you know, after everybody gets good and high and excited and nervous. Welcome, everyone. Glad you guys are here. It's another beautiful Monday. We had a fun weekend, right? I was in Sacramento, got to see some UFC, do some fun shows with Joe Rogan. Sacramento's always fun. A lot of Kill Tony fans there. A lot of people giving suggestions and things.
That's cool. You guys did a comedy show there also?
Yeah.
That's awesome. I love Sacramento.
At our where we've had fun before at the
Punchline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're coming to Kill Tony's going on the road, people. For you audio listeners, if you live in Columbus, guess what? We're coming home October 8th.
16th.
Yep.
October 16th, we're doing a Kill Tony, and it's going to be followed by a comedy show right after. The Cat Pack, we're coming with Tiffany Haddish, who might have some surprises.
Super big surprises, perhaps.
Yeah.
On
always
top of the already exciting fun that we're going to be bringing.
The following week, we're going to be in Phoenix, Arizona at Stand Up Live. Also.
That's right.
That's
the 29th, right?
23rd.
Oh, the 23rd. So the 16th and the 23rd. 16th in Columbus and 23rd in Phoenix. So if anybody here wants to go see us in either one of those cities, if you guys want to go to Columbus or Phoenix, you might want to go buy an airplane ticket now, and or you could just keep coming and seeing us every Monday. Another fun, packed crowd. I'm very excited you guys are here. And by packed, I mean there's 7 empty seats over there, but I'm ignoring that section. We had delicious food made for us tonight by our favorite and only sponsor, sitting right over there, everybody. It's the lovely Elise Lane. Tonight she made some amazing food. Little Labor Day barbecue, people. Chipotle barbecue tofu and chicken. Pasilla chile and andouille. Am I saying that right? Yeah. Those 2 L's are silent. Andouille shells. Those 2 L's aren't silent. And cheese. Red potato salad with dill. Watermelon and arugula salad with feta salata and balsamic reduction. And grilled street corn with chipotle mayo and cotija and cilantro.
Looks amazing.
I just enunciated all of that correctly. Come on.
Good job.
She just appeared on Dining with Doug and Karen, episodes 37 and 39, so check out that podcast.
That's a great podcast. Doug really figured it out. It's like, hey, I'm going to do a podcast where I get to eat and all my friends get to eat.
Everybody loves food. Doug is busted the podcast world wide open by making podcasts of things that he loves to do.
Yeah.
Getting Doug with High and Doug and Karen, Dining with Doug, and who doesn't want to eat?
And his masturbation podcast.
That's what's next. It's got to be next. Dugging off with Jerk.
Hey, that's actually a great idea for a podcast. Like we could be in 2 separate rooms, maybe FaceTiming, and then we try to podcast while masturbating.
Guys, we have a fun show ahead of us tonight. I'm really excited about it. We have a little special treat for you guys. You guys like special treats? Yeah. Well, we normally don't do anything like this, but I have one of my funniest friends in the world who lately has been taking over the music comedy world. You know him from Saturday Night Live and Mad TV. His current album, The Shingles, 2009 to 2014, is out right now. It's available everywhere. Put your hands together for tonight's musical guest, doing his new song, never heard before, not on that new album, called Help Me. Its debut right here. Put your hands together for the great Jeff Richards, everybody. Oh, shit. Jeff Richards, Josh Martin. Yes. Jeff Richards!
too bad. I did it wrong, but I am glad. Hip hop hooray! What a I'm just making shit up at this point. Thank you.
Fuck yeah. There he is, the great Jeff Richards.
Very Rick Ross-like.
With a brand new song, so new it didn't seem like it was actually finished. You gotta love that. Nothing more fun than bringing some experimental fun stuff to Kill Tony, as always. So let's keep it moving along, guys. You know what you're at. You're at Kill Tony. That means that there's always a head of security here to keep us safe, keep an eye on us, make sure nothing gets too crazy. You might remember the original Patriot from episodes 1 through 30-something, and then he quit because he said he got too big for the show. That he was so irreplaceable, we weren't going to be able to move on without him. To show him how replaceable he is, we've had a new person do his job every week since then. And it's actually gone smoother than with the original guy. Tonight's Patriot is a return Patriot, one of my favorites. It is Iron Willie Hunter, ladies and gentlemen. Here he comes. A lot of people call him the Barack Letterman of comedy, or the David Obama. What's up, Willie Hunter? How are you, bud?
I'm pretty good.
Yesterday was your birthday, correct?
Happy birthday.
Did you have fun? Did you celebrate?
I did. I got very drunk. I'm 28, guys. I'm 28.
Wow. 28. You look 12 in that pajama outfit, though, so you haven't aged a bit.
You're good.
Thank you. Did you have any trouble waking up today? Were you a little bit hungover?
I was still drunk.
You were still drunk?
Yeah.
That's sort of fun, right?
No, it isn't.
Oh. Yeah, I don't know.
Because you wake up, you're still drunk, and then you sober up, so you have a week hangover.
Oh.
That's the worst.
Yikes. I normally just keep sleeping until I'm not drunk anymore. Guy just clapped at that. I like that. Real alcoholic back there. Fuck yeah, he gets it. Well, awesome. Willie Hunter, you've been running your own show, which is really cool. Willie's sort of like a true old school type of late night host. You know, your mentors are Letterman and Carson and that whole realm. And he's been doing a regular show where you interview some of your favorite comedians, Sarah Silverman, Bill Burr, and you're doing that, what, tonight?
It's tonight in the main area at 11 p.m. Guests will be Gerard Carmichael and Brent Moore.
Wow. So from NBC's Undateable, Brent Moore, and the newest HBO special.
And more music from Jeff Richards.
Wow,
Yeah.
Look at that. Jeff Richards working it out. Maybe he'll have an end to that song by 11 o'clock. You never know.
One would hope.
Well, thanks for being here, Willie. This is what, your third or fourth time being the Patriot?
I think it's my fourth.
I love it. You texted me today. You said, hey, I want to do it, and you said something. You have a new motto now that you're 28. What is it?
Work to exhaustion.
There you go. Willie's learning work ethic, everybody. 28. Just hit him at 28. I'm gonna start working till I'm tired. And this is the work that you do, by the way. That's what's funny. You're like, hey, I want to be the Patriot. I have a new motto. I'm working all the time. Let me dress up like an 8-year-old for an hour and have fun and laugh with funny people. Well, it's good to see that you're working till exhaustion over there, Willie. Let's bring up our guests, guys, shall we? Two of the funniest people that I've ever had on this show. They're both return guests. I've worked with them many a times, either doing stand-up or in the writer's room. Comedy Central roast writer Jesse Joyce, and Getting Dug with High, Doug Benson, everybody.
Don't even miss her.
Fuck yeah. Jesse Joyce, my big brother in roasting. Doug Benson, my friend, stoner buddy. We always get high. I got too high on Getting Dug with High. I started it off with a giant bong rip, and I never fully recovered.
That's why we don't have a sword on set.
Yes.
Getting Dug with High, because we don't want any violence of any kind. Mostly we just want people nodding off in their seats. Because we do get really high.
I just saw the Doug Stanhope episode. That was really great. But it was weird. It was like 8 in the morning or something. It wasn't your regular time.
It was a wake and bake episode, and I was under the impression Doug was just going to drink, so we even changed the title for that episode to Getting Dug with Drunk. And I had Guinness the whole time, and he had whatever crazy morning cocktail he has. And but then he started smoking. He got into the spirit of it. And then also, I've had a few people that kind of come in like, I don't really smoke. It's not for me. Haven't done it in a long time. And they smoke today's weed and the kind that's probably best for them, sativa rather than indica. And then they're like, oh, I like this weed smoking. Like, I've gotten some people kind of into it a little bit.
That's great.
After they just did it on the show just as sort of a lark, you know, just like, oh, I'll just try it just for the hell of it. And then they...
You make them feel good and safe, so then they go home and they smoke by themselves and freak the fuck out.
Maybe. I don't know.
Then they're found in a forest naked.
Do you find it hard finding guests constantly on that show, Doug? Like, are you running out of people that would smoke on camera, or?
It's not as much running out as it's just that the big ones that you would want aren't interested for various reasons, and so it's hard to keep everybody happy with the trying to get like. People want the biggest names and the people that are the most obvious. Like, it's like, of course Willie Nelson and Snoop Dogg and people like that would come on a show like this with no problem. But turns out they're extremely busy. And in Snoop's case, he has his own show that's pretty much the same thing. So it kind of, there's kind of a standoff there. Like, I think I have to go on his show first. I don't know what's going to happen.
I love it. The great Jesse Joyce, you're back.
Yes,
Yeah,
Jesse Joyce, everybody.
I am, thanks.
Legend in my favorite world of roasting.
It's nice of you. As a recovering alcoholic, I too am going to be starting a podcast called Relapse with Jesse.
Just every week you get into it again?
Yeah, we're just going to go to a barn and get a 40.
That's so fun.
You must have started drinking young. You seem kind of young to be.
I did. I quit at 26. So,
shit.
Yeah, because I was a monster.
That's when I was just getting going.
Willie, you have any questions for our guest tonight?
Yes, I have one for Jesse. You write a lot of roast jokes for people. Do you get pissed off if someone messes up your joke?
I get infuriated when people mess up my jokes. Oh my God, Larry King was the fucking worst.
Really?
That fucking animal would go up. He like didn't want to be mean. He refused to be mean, and all he wanted to do was like old man fucking golf jokes, you know, like joke jokes, you know, like a guy walks into a dentist office, you know, yeah. And we had to go like, I don't think you understand how this roast thing works, Larry. And then he would just phone in our fucking. It was infuriating.
I thought he was so funny. Which one was Trump, right?
Yo, Donald Trump is the other one who's the biggest piece of shit I've ever worked with. That fucking guy. He's the worst. He didn't contribute anything positive to the roast. He would just, we'd send him a page of jokes and he would send it back like redacted, like a real estate contract. You know, it was just like all black. You know what I mean? And then the only thing he contributed one time was like, we had this joke that was like, what's the difference between Donald Trump's head and a wet raccoon? A wet raccoon doesn't have $3 billion, whatever, that's the joke. And he crossed out 3 and put in 7. You know what I mean? Like, he jacked up the numbers. So it's like he needed people to know, you know, and it's like, all you did is add a syllable, dipshit. You know, like you didn't contribute. And then there was another joke that was something about how he lives in a 25,000 square foot marble penthouse space station that orbits the Earth, whatever. He crossed that out and put 50,000. Like, he needed people to know that his fictitious space station was bigger. That's how much of a piece of shit that guy is. Anyway.
Jesus.
So, yeah.
Wow. Numbers are funny.
Great question.
This guy knows funny numbers when he sees them. 7's a funnier number than 3.
Patriot, you have a question for our friend Doug Benson?
You don't have to have a question.
Well, I do.
Okay.
I want to ask you, and this is a serious question here. What is the longest you've gone without being high?
Too long.
Well, my first 28 years, pretty much. Yeah, I didn't start till I was 28, and then since then, I guess the longest break was the 30 days for Super High Me when I didn't smoke for 30 days. And yeah, now if I want to get a really good high, I'll I'll wait a while between get it smoking, like maybe a few hours. Let like 15 minutes go by. When I finally get around to hitting this joint, it's gonna be a great high.
Yeah, you have to reset yourself once in a while, I would imagine, because it seems like it just starts. losing potency if you smoke as
Well,
much
that's
as you
the
do.
great thing about so many different strains and so many different delivery systems. You know, like I love these pills that I get from the dispensary I go to, but like if I took them every day, I'd get used to them. So they're like special occasion pills or like long flight pills.
It is crazy how different kinds of pot can totally fuck you up, because sometimes I'll go home and hang out with my buddies, once every couple of years in Youngstown. And the pot in Youngstown, Ohio, where I'm from, is so bad that it literally has its own name, and it's Youngstown Brown. Because it's such terrible pot.
Because it's
that
rusty,
brown.
I would imagine.
No, yeah, it's just dirty. It looks like dirt. However, when you smoke it, you get fucked up. And it blows my mind that even that kind of pot, because it's not necessarily what they would call Mexican weed. It's just really shitty Northeast Ohio weed.
But it works.
It works very well, which always shocks me.
I'm always shocked now that any town would have shitty weed, because anybody with a closet can, put together all the stuff they need to grow and cultivate awesome weed.
Well, a lot of my friends that still live in Youngstown live with their parents, so they literally don't have a closet that they can grow in. So it sucks. They're making babies and living.
Besides, where are they going to jerk off with a belt around their neck? And who filled the closet with plants? You didn't think that through.
Well, I'm so glad
I thought you usually do that from like the ceiling fan or whatever. I didn't know you went into the closet for that. Oh, I guess they are in the they hang themselves. Oh, I get it now. All right, that was a dark conversation. But sometimes you got to plan for things.
Well, let's come out of the closet and start the show, guys.
And into the fire.
Yeah. You guys have both been on this show. We always have fun. We had a lot of comedians sign up for the opportunity to get 1 minute on this stage to chat with us. And you guys know how it works. You get 1 minute, you know your minute's up, and you hear that sound of a kitty. Oh, adorable. You better wrap it up then, or else you're going to bring out the angry West Hollywood bear.
Oh, it's like a bear that's working in a Foley studio or something. Microphone.
Can we get a little bit more from you on this next take, Bear?
He's holding 2 coconuts.
Bear, we really liked that last one, but can you give it a little bit more bass?
All right, I'll try. Thank you, Bear. Take 5.
The podcast listeners hate it when things get loud like that.
Jesus, yeah, it's right inside their ears.
At Tony Hinchcliffe, just wanted to let you know I'm not listening to the next 2 episodes because I had to pull out my earbuds for the bear.
Oh, he's punishing you by not listening.
Right.
Well, the other nice thing, for as far as the audio is concerned, for the podcast listeners, is that the guy talking through a fucking drive-through window vending machine speaker does not have the microphone anywhere near his mouth.
Right.
Yeah, how do we hear him on the podcast?
We're not going to. I don't know if you know how.
He's mic'd up.
He's mic'd up.
Oh,
Is a mic pointed right at his dick?
right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's your
The speaker's right on his dick, yeah.
Oh,
He's got a dictaphone.
forgive me. You figured this out. I didn't realize. The dictaphone is funny. Sorry. That was hilarious.
Well, let's get into it, guys. Your first comedian doing 60 seconds tonight goes by the name of Alex Dwan.
What's up, guys? I want to be a better person consistently, but I feel like after years of being sheltered, like there's like this little like Asian rapper that's manifested himself inside of me. He does like really fucked up things, and I've gotten to know him really well. His name's Lil Jang, and I'll be sitting at home trying to have a sophisticated night, and I'm like, reading the Huffington Post. And he's like, yo, Shaq, man, we need to get some butt sluts tonight. And I'm like, no, I need to know what's going on in Stereo. He's like, man, you little bitch. But then, like, because last time I let him out, I ended up in a back alley smoking a clove cigarette and fucking this fat chick. And I was like, what? And she ended up falling on me. And I'm a skinny guy, and she was like this thick girl. And I felt like James Franco in 127 hours. Like, help, where's that fucking knife? I don't want the bear, it's loud.
Fuck yeah, that's 56 seconds. You could stop there. Did you really hook up with the fat chick?
Yes, it's an ego stroke.
a what?
It's an ego stroke.
Ego stroke.
Yeah.
I thought you were using a golf term, eagle stroke.
Yeah.
I thought he said it was an Eagles joke, like the band from the 80s.
Eagles love my shit, man.
You have braces.
I do. That's probably why words get caught in there.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta get those words out in comedy. It's pretty crucial.
Dentists, the real enemies of comedy.
How long have you had the braces for?
Actually, like a year and a half. I get them off in about a month. So yeah.
I'm gonna get off in a few hours. I don't know what that means. I'd say I would get away from just for advice for future performances. I wouldn't use the expression fat chicks. Okay. I wouldn't bring that up because there's ladies present and they're offended by that sort of thing. I love it on the other hand. But that's a small thing. I mean, I don't know about the overall. I was just sort of, I know a minute's a short period of time, but I was just sort of lost by it. It's sort of, there was a lot going on in that 1 minute.
It seemed like a Vine video that you were talking about or something. Like you said, you had a fat. What was it? A tumor or something, or a guy that's inside of you?
No, I had like a chick on me that was...
Do the whole minute again.
Yeah.
So anyway.
No, at the beginning, didn't you say there was like a side of you that? What were you talking about?
A manifestation inside of me, like an alter ego. An alter ego, basically.
Right. What is that? Your writer up there?
Whoever he is, he's got a Burt Kreischer costume on.
That's what I pay him for.
Fuck yeah.
What do you got, Tony, for this gentleman?
Well, I was really excited to hear. You had me excited to hear what the end of that fat chick falling on you thing was going to be. And there's just something about a movie reference. 127 Hours came out like a long time ago.
More than 127 hours ago.
Definitely.
But I don't mind it if it had just been, it's just something about it, like, it's at the expense of a fat lady that you have to get trapped and have to cut your arm off.
Right.
So that's where it sort of lost me. But I mean, I have references to movies that are 40 years old, because as long as everybody knows the reference, you can still get away with that sort of thing.
Right. Maybe you were looking for a pocket knife, but you didn't have one. Luckily, the fat chick had a butcher knife because she carves turkeys. I don't know, guys. Everybody relax.
Even Tony doesn't take my advice. He keeps saying fat chick over and over again. Now here's what you want to do with the fat chick.
I think I have an alternative one where I say I woke up next to a music video chick and they're thick. The music video girls with Nicki Minaj.
They're thick.
No, see, it doesn't.
Big ass.
So.
I don't think anyone would argue that Nicki Minaj doesn't have a big ass. I mean, she does, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's sort of her thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you'd have to cut your arm off because her ass is so fat.
Not her ass, no. No, now we're just getting into, I don't think you're going to find the right ass to arm cutting off equation
let me ask
to
you
make this thing work.
Did the fat chick really fall on you?
No, it's since it was a minute, I had to revise it down.
What happened with this girl? Tell us what actually happened. Tell us the real story without trying to make it funny.
Well, I went out for
How'd you meet her?
It was at a club, and I had too many scotch and PBR.
Okay.
And
That's a weird drink.
Right. Yeah. Scotch and PBR. You might as well just order a fat chick.
That's episode 9 of Relapse with Jesse.
Each episode's a different alcohol.
Yeah.
So after that, we're Cha-Cha Lounge in Silver Lake, and so next thing you know, I'm in a back alley, smoking a clove cigarette, and she's like, "Hey, you got a light?" And then I'm just like, "Yeah, you want to fuck?"
Wow.
And she was like,
You really bring out your ace pickup lines when you're smoking a clove. Those cloves really bring out your game.
Ego stroke.
Fuck yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so,
Want to get your pubes stuck in my braces? That would have been a good line.
Oh shit.
all that good stuff.
So then you said that. Was that really about what you said?
Yeah.
And then what happens next?
I woke up at her place and she was like cuddling on me, and I was like, "Fuck, this is a lot."
What
No,
did
in a good way. She was
How did it make you
beautiful.
feel? Like, what did you like about it? About that?
That I was
About the
able
hefty female?
I was able to make her come. All right. So
There you go. That guy's never made anybody come. Obviously. Just, well, all right. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, it's like it's a lot of space to cover. So I was like, okay, like let's do this.
Fuck yeah, a lot of space to cover, but you really only need to focus on the vagina.
I tend to be an all-around customer service type deal.
Oh yeah. You got those fat ankles. Give them a little action.
Work those elbows.
Gotta massage 'em.
The more I'm hearing about this story, the less important I think the clove cigarette is to the story. I don't know why the fuck you wasted 3 seconds with the clove.
Yeah, I'd change that part to crack. Then it'll all make a little bit more sense.
Fun times, Alex Duong. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
He's on
dude.
Twitter. He's on Twitter at Dapper Duong. D-W-O-N-G?
D-U-O-N.
D-U-O-N-G.
D-U,
D-A-P-P-E-R Duong. D-U-O-N-G. Fuck yeah. You don't see?
That was a nice start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're really off to the braces.
How many?
What you did?
See, that would have worked better had I said it if he was up there with his braces. It's one of those visual ones.
I don't know. I thought it still sounded like races when you said
Off to the-
braces.
off to the
so
braces?
I don't think everybody got it.
This looks like a new name. Put your hands together for Arona Lopez. Arona Lopez.
Oh shit! You know what that means?
I don't see anybody coming, which means Arona Lopez just got blacklisted.
Oh.
Hit it, Willie.
Is that what I was supposed to do?
There you go. You nailed it.
Well, that's one area where Comedy Patriot was a little better. At least he was better at something. But you're better at staying quiet when it's time to be quiet.
Yes.
Good
The
job.
most important thing. Put your hands together for Zach Kirby, everybody. From deep in the back. Zach Kirby, everyone. Here he is, live in the flesh. Still walking. Fuck yeah.
He's got his phone. He's got some notes.
Holy shit.
We're also recording this for you, by the way.
He just did a mic check. This guy's on it.
Have you ever thought about what your face looks like when you're in the middle of taking a giant poop? Like when you're equidistant between a prodigious, Herculean, monstrous turd. Halfway between freeing the sphincter from an immense, Brobdingnagian, gargantuan whale of a log. At the... Do you comprehend the scenario? Do you get the picture?
Taking a shit.
Do you etch the sketch? Do you pick up what I'm putting down? Is there kinesthesia to the representation of... I guess the essence of that inkling of form is complete.
Poetry. All right. I see you went with poetry. Interesting maneuver.
He's got a lot of stuff like that written down in that book, but then you put your notes on the stool. You didn't have a chance to look at them because it was only a minute. But
Yeah.
that was some good shit.
I brought the notes in case I forgot my lines. I forgot a line.
Your line.
It happens,
Yeah.
but also like it sounds like I think your first problem is being too memorized, and also like it almost was poetry about shitting, and you need to do more like jokes about shitting rather than Lewis Carroll's take on shitting. You should go with.
Have you ever wondered what your face looks like?
Have you ever had a scatty hoozle out of your poople schwoozle?
Roses are
Kind
red.
of Dr. Seuss, I guess.
Roses are red and poopy is brown. I don't know. I said poopy is brown. Look what you did to me.
If you want the good shit in Ohio, get the downtown.
You strike me as a man who has a thesaurus next to his toilet.
Thank thesaurus.com for that.
Yeah, that's what I figured. You don't actually own those words, right? Like, they're not part of your actual vernacular. Am I correct? Do you actually use Brobdingnagian in conversation?
Right. No, I learned that word from that website.
Right. Yeah. Well, it's pretty obvious that you did. So, like,
I liked it.
right. It's great. Do you know where it comes from?
I did not.
It's from Gulliver's Travels, right? There was the land of Lilliput, which is where the Lilliputians were from, and then there's the land of Brobdingnag, which is where the Brobdingnagians are from, and they were giants, hence the name, right? Anyway, the point is, if you don't know the word, you motherfucker, I'm trying to explain something here. You can't just fucking copy and paste words out of a thesaurus and just put them in a giant string in your fucking dumb Star Wars notebook. You can't just write down a bunch of shit that you saw in a thesaurus. You have to fucking know the word.
That's right.
That's my point.
Yes.
Don't you fucking cricket me or
No,
whatever
that was the bird. That was the bird giving you a high five.
I don't know. Well, I'll tell you what. I know a lot about Gulliver's Travels, but not a lot about animals.
Birds agree with Jesse at his point
There's
about.
the angry West Hollywood bear, and there's the bird of truth. That's
Oh, is that what that was? Fucking, would somebody explain what your silly noises are before I flip out at you next time?
It's the bird of truth. It's the bird of truth.
All right, fine.
Be careful because we also have the frog of disappointment. So that could come out at any point.
That doesn't sound like a
doesn't
frog.
sound or disappointed for that matter.
Yeah.
Sounds like neither.
Just neither.
Yeah, but exactly what you were saying, though. I mean, that's not how you talk. And so when when you're on stage, you're almost hypnotizing the audience to try to get them to be on the same boat as you. That was uncomfortable to watch. It felt like you were doing poetry or a play. And like what you said, you forgot your lines. That's not stand-up
I
comedy.
think it was just the nerves.
I tell you what, like I love like word choices with comedy. Like Patton Oswalt's amazing at like the words that he uses, but he actually knows those words. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
Yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't. But
And it's also important that, I mean, you're taking really smart words and you're trying to make a shit joke out of it. That everything that has already been talked about pooping, I promise. So unless you really, really delve into it, something about other than. And I don't even think you really talked about the face that you made after that. You start off about the face. That seems like where you're going, but I didn't hear anything more about the
it's
face.
just a minute that I insert into a longer bit.
What's that
right,
longer bit
yeah, it's
about?
part of a
I
bigger.
actually told that bit on my first time when I was on this show.
It's part of a bigger shit bit.
Episode 64 episode, I believe.
Am I supposed to remember that
No,
minute or
just for the
something?
sense,
Oh,
yeah.
the minute where you talked about what your hand does when you poop. I don't know. Zach Kirby. What else? You guys have anything else for Zach? I like your.
I think I like. I thought that he was. He certainly was using some smart words, and it wasn't just a silly. It wasn't just a dumb shit joke, but it also, like you were saying, didn't seem to have much of a point. But then he said it's part of a bigger thing.
I'm guessing the punchlines are in the other parts of the
I
joke.
guess so. I say play around with it, see where it goes. But it is a tricky area, especially when you're a new young comic. Like when you have something to prove and you get up there and you start talking about shitting, people are going to be like, "Oh boy," like it's hard for people to just jump on board with that. You got to be at it for a while before shit jokes are going to be embraced.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And even then, who does them anymore?
Right.
I am very poop heavy on my.
That's right. Don't you have a whole bit about how you want to poop in a dolphin's mouth?
No, I poop inside of mouth of a dog.
Ryan's quickly becoming like the poop comedian. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Poop.
You have lots of poop
I'm
jokes
very
now?
poop heavy. I've had a really shitty year.
Poop has become Red Band's watermelon.
All right, well, I wish I had better advice. Do you have anything, Jesse?
Sorry for getting my lines, by the way.
Why do you close your eyes so
Well,
hard?
don't apologize for that. I mean, that's part of being a stand-up is like you got to just fucking get up there and do something and make them laugh. And apologizing usually is not hilarious.
Yeah, definitely not.
It's just do your thing, man. Don't apologize to us. Just keep working on it.
Yeah. There you go. Zach Kirby.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little bit more depressing than other times, guys.
Depressing?
Sometimes it just gets a little weird, The kid apologizes, closing his eyes. I'm really sorry, guys. It makes it weird. I felt it.
Well, maybe he shouldn't have disappointed us.
Oh shit! Can we get him back here and tell him not to disappoint us ever again?
I can see he already hung himself in the green room. Let's see if I'm here. But at least he did something, Robin Williams, like while he was anything, guys.
I was not going to attach his name to all the hanging talk, and then you had to go and do it.
Hey,
let's kill Tony. I mean, what'd you think of when that guy Tony killed that guy on the racetrack?
I thought it was good promotion for my podcast. The words.
I thought you might have to change the title.
The words Tony and kill were trending.
Yeah, they were. Oh God.
I mean, not in the proper order. It was, Tony Stewart kills driver, but
you might have garnished an extra NASCAR fan or two, but then you lost them at Bromtignagian.
Right. Yes, definitely. I also lost them when I brought out a Black Iron Patriot. NASCAR fans don't like Willie's type too much.
Willie's black?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know.
I had no idea. I thought it was a white dude with a fro.
Yeah. Put your hands together for your next comedian. It's Ian Ellis, everybody. Ian Ellis coming from deep in the back. Here he comes.
Yeah, man. Get excited. I'm not a German guy with fucking autism. Shut up. First comic got braces. That's cool. My girlfriend has braces. It's alright. She is age appropriate for a pedophile. She's 32. I love braces because they're like lingerie for teeth. Every time she smiles, I'm like, baby, you got dressed up for me. I can't wait to hit that. What are those, the Victoria's Secret ribbons? I heard they make your teeth look bigger. I like big teeth on a bitch. Like when I'm drinking PBR and scotch. Because if you could take care of those chompers, you might be able to take care of a baby. I don't know if bigger teeth make you a better mom, but if your teeth are fucked up, that's a clear sign you're not good at taking care of things that are important to you. My name's Ian Ellis. I love you. Good night.
There you go. Fuck yeah.
That was the strongest closer so far this evening.
Yeah.
He's had some laughter when he closed.
Yeah. Ian,
finished big.
I haven't seen you before. Are you new in LA?
Yeah, I've only been here a couple weeks, and I'm a huge fan of Jesse Joyce. Like, it's
awesome.
an honor for me to be here.
Oh, it's sweet of you. Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
That's so cool.
You're kind of really stacking the deck for me to not then dick on you.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of unfair. You know?
Oh, don't worry, I got this. What do you? What are you drinking, man?
I'm drinking Merlot. Doug had.
I love that. I gotta say that's my favorite part of your act. Is that you have a tiny wine glass.
You really are.
That you're waving around the whole time. I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
It was like your act was kind of like if Mitch Hedberg drank wine and didn't necessarily have jokes. Because you had sort of his cadence, and then a wine glass, and then a lot of callbacks to shit that's been going on. Like, I mean, everyone's just doing a minute. You don't really have to use some of your time to rag on other guys that only had a minute. You know what I mean? It's a cute idea. In general, I like the idea of calling back something that another act said or whatever, but you really, lasered in on it. That's why we got the braces material. You weren't planning to do that until you heard him until you saw the guy with braces, right?
No, I was totally planning on doing that material.
That joke was already planned? And you're like, oh, braces, everybody. Thank God my 1 minute of material out of millions of subjects, braces is what I came here to talk about.
That's why I love Alex.
That's awesome.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
About 4 years now.
Where are you from?
Chicago. I just moved here.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
You see, that's a fucking Mitch Hedberg right there. It's not a bad thing. People might mention it to you if you always sound like him.
I recently saw.
It might come up, but,
Are you a big-
but, you know.
I get Mitch Hedberg, like, if he didn't know D a lot. I get that a lot. I just saw the greatest movie ever rolled. Great movie.
Oh, thanks, dude. Thank you. All right, Jesse, now you got to rag on him.
All right, yeah, well,
I've been to the jukebox. I performed at the jukebox. Do you have any
What?
stripper stories? I had ass and taint in my face. At
What do
the
you think's
jukebox.
happening right now? What do you think your role is on this show? Because it sounds like you think you're the new host.
I love it.
I mean, I know I'm funnier than Redman. So.
no.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, dear.
That bear's coming. That bear's gonna come out at you.
He took a big sip of that Merlot after he said it. I think he regretted it
That
immediately.
was a sip of courage.
You're on the stage wearing flip-flops and you're a grown adult.
You really are.
I mean, you're drinking wine out of a little glass.
You're
and
a
you're
man-
trying to shit on me for no reason.
You look
What I
like
was going to
an
say,
Xbox
what I was going to
Live
say, hey, what I was going to say is that you actually did a really good job, better than anybody else, because you knew how to be a stand-up. You weren't memorizing lines. You were taking material, mixing it with what was going on, and I think you did really good. And I was just going to say,
And then you burnt that bridge.
yeah, nice screw.
really not a good move for being in LA 2 weeks.
I
mean,
saw
obviously-
Brian at the Secret Show. He was great.
Oh, thanks.
There you go.
Yeah, so he meant that in a roasty sort of way, as opposed to that he genuinely thinks he's better than you.
You,
It's a Chicago style.
you really are like a man of a lot of contradictions, though. 'Cause it's like the way you sound and the way you look. It's like you.
I do enjoy him.
Right, you look like a bus driver, but you're dressed like a guy who rents kayaks, and you sound like a juggalo. So it's this combination of factors that I just don't know. But I do agree with Red Band that you did have like the most structured. Like I really did. I thought that was a really funny, like a genuinely funny idea that you wouldn't trust a woman who has fucked up teeth with her kids because she doesn't take care of what's important to her. I've thought that without actually putting it that concisely. Like, I think that's a funny idea. So,
You know, with your earring, you look like Eddie Pepitone's gay nephew.
see, no.
See, this is what happens.
Like, I don't know if
He's just sitting here saying nice things to you.
You're going for it, but that doesn't always work.
But no, but I did like what you did. Is the point? So,
Especially when you're
Great
wearing-
job, asshole. Can't wait to see more, dick face.
Serious question, and I don't want you to try to be funny. All right? You promise you'll answer it honestly?
Absolutely.
Where did you get that shirt from? Don't try to be funny. Tell the truth.
I don't buy a lot of clothes for myself. This was given to me by a man named Carl.
All right, you had to go and say something hilarious. Told you not to be funny.
How did you know Carl?
Carl Kuzaro, I knew him from youth group when I was a boy.
So he just randomly would give you clothes, or he just said, "Hey man, take this worst shirt I've ever seen in my life. I want to give it to you."
10 years ago, it was a pretty happening shirt. He's like, "Hey guy, you look a little homeless." And I've had it that long.
Right.
It's a 10-year-old shirt. It's like your lucky shirt now?
Yeah.
Because things went great tonight.
You and Jesse and Tony and Brian, so it's lucky shirt now.
Yes.
So he said you look homeless. He gave you that shirt when you continued to wear it for 10 years, so now you look homeless again. You realize that it went full circle.
Yeah,
It's very Carl Boro.
that looks very structure. You remember the store's structure?
The collar is curling up in on itself, like from humidity and things like that. So, anyway, it might be time to get a new shirt. That's a piece of advice
Thank you
that
for having
helps.
me here. You guys are the best.
Yeah, just put it away until the next World Cup.
What do you, Ian, come back. What do you keep in those? What do you keep in those cargo pockets? A better shirt? Nothing on that guy.
Sadness and tissue.
Okay, Ian, go back. Ian, go back to Chicago. Bye, Ian Ellis, everybody. Oh, it really is tissue. Jesus, that's weird.
How long did he say he'd been doing stand-up? Like 4 years?
4 years.
Yeah, all right. No, I think he's on the right track.
Yeah, you can
I think
tell-
he
Oh,
can be
totally.
a pretty funny dude.
It was very fun.
Yeah.
He took a lot of chances. He went.
He
for
did.
It.
He
Used the
attacked
braces
everybody.
as a segue. I had a feeling those braces would come up again. Braces are a big deal, right? They really stand out.
They really do.
It's one of those things.
it's an excellent point, Tony. It's a terrific point. Glad you said it into a microphone.
This guy, we know him. He's been coming on the show since it started. In a big off-again, on-again relationship that he's engaged to his engaged to his wife. It's Brad Sachs, everybody.
Half of that money laundered in other fronts.
He's engaged.
40 blunts in the museum.
We don't know if he really
Jerk
wants
chicken
to be.
patties out the window. Cop the
Brad
Tyson
Sachs.
out the Coliseum. A street-
I'm also a new father, guys. Thank you. First time. Thank you. And people told me, they're like, hey, it's going to change your life. And it did, because I used to be kind of a cool guy, and now I carry a diaper bag. A fucking diaper bag, guys. Fully loaded, and that means diapers, wipes, and that's where I carry my drugs. Best place to carry drugs, especially on a plane, your diaper bag, guys. I went through the metal detector, the guy with the TSA guy was like, hey, sir, I'm going to have to check. Hey, does that say baby gap? Get your ass through there, man. And then he yelled Huggies at me because he was a first-time father. And I yelled, Pampers, bitch. That's how we talk to each other. That's what we do. Been thinking a lot about my own childhood, guys. Because I used to shower with my dad, so I've been thinking a lot about my dad's dick lately. Yeah, I don't know, because I don't know. I have a daughter. I don't know if I want to, shower with her even when she's, maybe 2. So I've been thinking, the genitals are like the line at the amusement park. If you're under there, if she's looking up at your genitals, that's cool. If you have a kid in the shower and they're looking down at your genitals, they're 16. You have to have, okay. You gotta have that talk.
That was a good joke.
Yeah. Thank you.
I really like that last one.
Yeah.
I want to hear the rest of it. Can we hear the rest of it?
Yeah.
No, that was it.
Wait, how did it end?
If they're
looking
down, they're 16. You gotta have that talk. I'm working. It's a work in progress. I just wanted to.
It's a good idea.
Yeah.
If you're looking at it from the North or if you're looking at it from the South Pole.
Yeah, there's a.
So is that what you had? You had a daughter?
Had a daughter.
How long ago?
2 months.
Wow.
Tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Yeah.
So that's where you've been.
Got applause twice because you put your penis in somebody and she made a baby.
Yeah.
Good job.
Were you guys trying to make a baby, or was it a huge accident?
We were.
Went for it.
We went for it.
Because you knew that you'd get applause every time,
Yeah.
for the next 10 years. Just say, I just had a baby. It'll work every time.
For past listeners, you might remember that Brad in the past has talked a lot about his wife and the troubles in the relationships and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so now this just blows my mind that now you're having a kid, and now it's going to be really interesting to see what happens.
I was waiting for you to come up because it's been a while since we've seen you and talk about a divorce, and, and it was brand new news to me that you had a kid.
Divorce or a baby, it's one or the other, right?
It's probably both.
What?
No, not yet. I just got a text message that wasn't great, though, guys.
What did the text message say?
I just ate some Tex-Mex that wasn't great.
Whoa. I feel like you've been sitting on that joke for a while, just waiting.
No, I just heard the words Tex-Mex. And
what was the text message?
It was, we went to visit my uncle. I got an uncle that lives here in LA. We went to visit him. He's like, hey, you guys just had a kid. You should think about maybe taking a trip somewhere, just spending some time together. And I was, I kind of said, yeah, maybe not this Christmas, but the following Christmas. We could take, because I didn't know with my job if I could get away. And she was basically just texting me saying, you don't want to go away with me because you don't love me.
That's a typical woman thing.
I want to go away with somebody that I love, that loves me.
She said that?
Yeah.
I want to go away with somebody that loves me?
That loves me.
In this,
We just had
your baby?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, you are.
I'm in a lot of trouble.
So far.
I'm in a lot of trouble, guys.
that is rough.
Oh my God, you're so fucked.
That is so rough.
You're so fucked.
Yeah, I gotta do some backpedaling.
Your life is fucked.
Yeah, it's fucked. Yeah. Very depressed. I'm very.
Oh, I bet. Let's talk about
Did you
this.
text back, honey, I have the most important minute of my life coming up. This is no time.
By the way, the minute format is so fantastic because he just had to gear shift right into. I used to see my dad's dick in the shower a lot. There was no preparation for that to fucking. Oh my God, we're talking about your sweet, beautiful new baby daughter, and then your dad's cock immediately.
That's because of the format. I have.
No, I figured. I got the sense that you really rushed into the dad's cock material, but I love it for that
I've been
reason.
dying to talk about it for years, though. So,
His dad has a nice cock.
Yeah, I bet. Do you remember it specifically?
My dad's penis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember looking at it going like, wow, my dad's got a big one.
Yeah.
And he's a little guy.
It wasn't
Was it
big.
because-
It wasn't that big.
No.
It wasn't that. But I was like 2, so.
I also remember that we used to go to athletic club, and so I'd have to go to the locker room, and it was just dick everywhere, and it was just remember going like, why is there so much dick everywhere? Like I don't take a shower with your kid. Like have your mom do it. Have her, because that'd be even as a girl, that's probably way more sexier to have boobs everywhere than your dick.
Yes.
Or have your uncle do it.
Why did you bring the word sexy into it to begin
why
with?
would
What the fuck
sexy
is
have
the matter
anything
with
to
you?
do with getting clean?
Jesus.
Oh my god.
I'm always weirded out when dudes
Gosh.
bring their like little 2-year-old or 1-year-old girl into the men's room.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
always really weird to me.
Yeah.
Like there's a
They're
bunch of
always
dudes
talking.
standing around with their dicks out. I mean, I know they have their back to you, but still.
I have a bit about that.
It's weird. You do?
Yeah.
Me
So
too.
weird.
That
And it-
freaks me out. But then again, now that I have a kid, if you have to change that kid, there's no, and you have to like dig in and like get.
Right,
in
but
there
it's
with
still
the
a
wife.
baby though. But when it starts walking around, the parent that's the
Oh,
same
yeah.
gender should take it into the bathroom in public places.
No
Yes.
guys.
That's my
wanna-
feeling.
No guys want to hear a 2-year-old girl talking when they're holding their penis, no matter what.
Right. That's,
Most of them don't.
that's for sure.
Well, I think the real problem is that if you're just a stranger in the bathroom and then they come in, you have to just take his word for it that that's his kid. You know what I mean? They just walk into a bathroom with a child in a stall.
Let me see both of your IDs. I know I'm just here pissing, but
Who's usually crying, you know? The kid's usually crying, and I'm sitting there with the urinal like, is this
Yeah.
okay, or do I have to kick the door in?
yeah, you see something fishy at the airport, you report it.
Right.
Do you remember seeing your mom when you were younger?
Yes. Naked, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you think about that?
I mean, it was.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how were her tits?
That was my mom. I mean, you know, I don't know. I didn't.
But you
I
didn't think it was gross, did you?
I mean, I thought, you know, that's my mom naked. That's
How big was her dick?
Come on.
She actually had big boobs, my mom.
Yeah. I have a big boob mom too.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. I thought they were all like that.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
Delicious areolas my mom has.
Ugh.
Jesus.
Actually, I agree. His mom does have delicious areolas. Almond milk. Anyway.
Can I hit the bear button? Thanks.
You know what is weird is that, like, if you're talking about the bathing with the kid, it was weird how, I don't know if they still do it, but I remember going to, like, my friend's house, and, like, when we'd spend the night, we'd take a bath together with my
Yeah.
friend, and
Oh,
her
yeah.
mom would wash us, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
And I'm like 17, you know, or something like that.
That's old. That's.
So,
You're old and lucky.
what's
Somebody's mom wants to bathe you.
are you waking up a lot in the middle of the night to take care of this
Yes. Yes. I've been woken up pretty much like at 4:30 in the morning, and
thing? I'm talking about your wife.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She up? Yeah. She does. She's
Are
doing
you
most of
waking
the
up
heavy.
having to deal with her crying?
It's silent. She's.
want to go on vacation with me.
She might have,
Get ready for a lifetime of that, my friend.
might not be a
man.
lifetime though. She might be in postpartum depression.
Well, he was talking about her before she was
Right.
pregnant, so either she might have that, and if she
Sounds
did,
like
then
they've
she
had a lot of issues over the years.
she had
Yes.
prepartum
Yes.
depression.
If that's possible. If that's possible. Yeah.
Because he was already miserable.
Thank you, Tony.
And you're 100%. You're 100% sure that this is your kid, right? Like it looks kind of like. you
No,
said earlier.
this is definitely me. This is definitely.
Right. He has your black skin.
He's
and
got he's got my sort of olive complexion. She does. Yeah. Definitely mine. Which is good.
Okay. Well, we've run some tests, and we're going to give you the results after this break.
You are not the father.
Brad Sachs, everybody.
Thank
There
you,
he goes.
guys.
He's
Thank
on Twitter at Brad Sachs.
Thanks, guys.
That's Brad, S-A-C-H-S. Talk to Brad. Talk him back from that cliff. Brad Sachs, that's amazing. People having kids, I just don't get it. Is that anything you guys might be interested in one day? You ever think about what that would be like? Having a little 3-year-old stoner running around the house, Doug?
Can you imagine Doug?
Wait, what? Why would my 3-year-old be a stoner?
I can just picture it. I can just picture it.
Cleaning your baby with bat bong water.
Right.
I have a lot of fun with kids, but I like to do it with ones that aren't mine, and I take them home after a day, and I return them. And
How'd you do that?
You rent babies?
I've never stolen a child. No, I just take them. Why would I rent them?
Where's
That's
this
a
baby
waste of money.
Blockbuster?
Baby Blockbuster. Oh, that baby I wanted was out.
They're so easy to take. They really are. Like, you know how fucking dumb and gullible? You just fucking get them.
Yeah, they don't even fight back.
All you have to have is like a shiny thing.
Yeah. They fit in a pillowcase, some of them.
Like Alex Dwong's smile. That was the guy with the braces.
Yes.
Keep that
callback. You tried to say a couple things during the last guy comedy Patriot, or what do I call you, Willie?
Black Patriot.
I don't like that.
Okay.
But Willie's your name though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Willie. What were you saying during the last
I wanted
guy?
to ask her, why did he have a kid with her? Why?
Well, I'm sure it's because he put his penis in her vagina, and some
I think
happened.
You know, it's one of those things.
Did he think he was going to change everything?
Yeah, I was gonna fix everything. Is what they probably thought.
Brad, are you still here?
Yes.
Where are you?
This is really a testament to how fucked up comics are generally, that it's like a guy just said, like, I just had a beautiful baby daughter, and everybody's like, why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah, what's wrong with you?
What kind of person?
What kind of...
Yeah, was it a mistake, and then she just doesn't want to go to Planned Parenthood, so you had to do it, or was it trying to fix something?
He said they were trying.
It was planned. It was planned. I mean, we've had our issues like a lot of couples, and maybe I said, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done that.
You know, a lot of couples don't have issues too.
That's true. That's true.
I don't know who they are. Being a couple is work.
It is. It's a
Compromise. Yeah,
Were you-
and
were you
but at
coming
least, sorry.
Were you coming inside of her a lot? Is that what's going on? Like, were you excited about that part of it? Was that the?
That
fun?
was good. That was a good part.
Was that part of it that you were sort of into the trying to make a baby thing? Because you're just like, oh, I can just blow away in the funnest hole in the universe.
I think when you're married, you can still blow away while she's on birth control.
Wait a second. Did you name your daughter Portia?
No. That's a great name, though.
Why is Brian laughing so hard at that? Big Shakespeare fan?
I'm just imagining the childhood that this poor kid's going to have, and it's going to grow up to become a stripper, so they just did it early
Oh, they
on.
gave her the stripper name immediately. I see. Start with the stripper name.
Now,
Lamborghini.
She has the last name Sachs, though, huh?
Yes.
This little, beautiful little girl has the last name Sachs.
Correct. Fiona. Fiona Sachs.
Fiona Sachs.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
That's a cute
That
name.
does sound like a porn name.
Thank you, Doc. That's too far. That's too much.
That's the porn name.
I said it sounded like one, not that it is one.
When
Future will only just reveal that.
When that baby came out, the hospital room was just like, bonk, bonk, a wow, wow. A pizza delivery guy walked in.
Let's hold off on these jokes for another 17 years and 10 months, everybody.
Yeah, be cool.
That's right.
Guys, coming up next, Fiona Sachs to the stage. She's 2 months old. Put your
What
hands
fucking
together.
strip club have you ever been where they give the last name of the stripper? What kind of a fucking ridiculous...
Fiona Sachs, social security number.
All right. 859-32-485.
On the main stage.
Uncle Shower.
I'm gonna.
Aren't you glad we called you back up here so we could hear all that?
That worked out great.
I'm definitely gonna need an attorney after this if anybody has one.
It was one thing trying to figure out your comedy career, but we've clearly figured out your daughter's career. So, congratulations on that.
If your wife hears this podcast, you're definitely going to have to take her on a trip.
I'm done. I'm dead.
There he goes, Brad Sachs,
Thank you,
everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brad. Oh, shit. Fiona Sachs. That's out of control.
Oh, yeah.
Sachs to be her.
Oh, God. Willie, how you doing over there? You feeling good? You having fun?
Yeah, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that kid thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right?
a great
Is it
question.
hot in that shit?
It's a little.
Yeah, okay. I thought it might be.
I didn't see that you wanted to ask him a question, so if at any point, if you just put a palm up, I can see because there's lights
Or just
on
go
your
pew,
palm.
pew, pew.
You're standing, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, you
Good old way.
could really command the room if you'd wanted to. but during that segment, you were like.
Maybe I was too close.
Your microphone's definitely not as hot as ours, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was me, the feedback. Is that one also?
They're both connected, both those two. So that's why if you stand back when you're not talking, it would be the best so that I turn it up more so that stand up yell more.
Perfect.
Sorry.
You guys
this
should work this shit out at
yeah.
the tech rehearsal.
Get him.
Fuck yeah, let's keep this
Who next?
fun train moving along. Oh, this is a very funny gentleman.
Oh,
Put your hands
sweet.
together for Brett Banta. A crowd favorite here.
I'm looking forward to this.
Hi, my name is Brett Banta.
Hi, Brett.
Thank you. Nobody likes me at work. I'm always in the first round of layoffs. I'm always the first person to get laid off. My boss came out to me once. He's like, Brett, who names a file final doc? I was like, is it the guy that's going to be getting his final paycheck? Anyway, thank you. One day I'm going to own, if I ever own my own company, chicks with big tits are going to get laid off last. It's going to go alphabetical or by cup size. A cups, adios. B cups, bye. C cups, see ya. D cups, don't leave! We'll never have Hawaiian shirt Fridays. We'll have no shirt Fridays. People at work are always doing fantasy football. They have like complex fantasy football teams. Some teams will have like 4 quarterbacks. If I ever had my own fantasy football team, it'd be really simple. I'd be the quarterback. All the cheerleaders would be Asian.
Yeah. Brett Banta, fantasy football. How's it going, Brett?
Oh, it's okay.
How long you been in this game?
2 years.
I think you're right on target. Yeah, I do. I mean, I wasn't like dying at any of it, but I was like, just you have a clear personality, and those are newer jokes, and you'll continue to hone those. That final thing. Who does that anyway?
Yeah, I kind of.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, why would you do that and then get fired for it?
And why would you say doc twice if you're doing that?
Yeah, why are you doing that?
Are
you that much of a? Is that the joke that you're such a fuck up that?
Yeah, like I'll name files like final, and then it'll by date, and then I'll go final, and then I'll just want to quickly get rid of shit, and so I get laid off a lot. Like,
How often?
For doing this final. It seems like you should stop doing that.
Yeah.
Be step one to staying
That's
gainfully
something
employed.
that I think you needed to clarify, because you're like, I'm always the first guy to get laid off, and I was like, well, you'd only get laid off from the job one time, but you get laid off from a bunch of jobs.
How many times have you been laid off?
probably 6 times in the first round.
Do you
in the first round? What does that mean?
From 6 different companies, like I'll be in the first round of layoffs. It's kind of been a lot.
Oh, okay.
With a bunch of people, but I'll try to figure out how to not joke, how to say, I'm unreliable at work. This is why, but.
Is the HR department familiar with your insane level of misogyny? Is that maybe why you're the first to go?
I'm just freelance.
I feel like you fucking single-handedly took down the 19th Amendment while we were in that minute of stand-up.
But he's got a good persona, right? And a delivery.
Yeah, no, I like.
Don't you think he's got a fun thing going on? It's just that 1 minute of material just wasn't.
But yeah, I mean,
ready.
but it was there was the Asian cheerleaders joke, and then there was also the firing women by cup size it was like the whole minute.
Right. The firing the women part I didn't like so much, but I enjoyed the having fun with the A, B, C, and D. Like that he had something for each cup size. That was kind of fun. You're right. Scrap that whole minute. But I just like, maybe I also was kind of psyched up because Tony said this guy's been on before and he's funny, but I just like immediately, I just recognize that you have a persona and a voice.
Right.
Yeah. And that's
very
hard
important
to come by.
Right.
So you got that.
Yeah, because you want to be able to give people in a minute anyway, even if you're doing a 10-minute set or a 20-minute set.
I mean, like people just listening to this podcast, I think the sound of his voice and the delivery, he's got that.
Totally.
He just needs, and he probably has lots of other minutes of material that I haven't heard.
Yeah.
You're right. No, I mean, I do feel like I kind of get a sense of who you are.
Okay.
Based on that, I would never let you date Fiona Sachs.
What
like you're kind of shit.
What are these?
We're all going to be very protective of Fiona.
I feel like
the
I'm
comedy
her uncle now.
community is really going to take care of her.
No, but like legitimately, you are aware, like just as far as the choice of material goes, that kind of women do sort of have a control over the room, like in a regular, it's like dudes go with a girl, and if the girl gets pissed at you, then that ruins the night for both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're gonna make, if you just shit on women, it's an uphill climb. I'm not saying don't do it, but I'm saying like.
I was just trying out new stuff.
What are all these
Okay.
jobs that you're getting laid off from? Where are you working? What types of things
just
are you
the
doing?
.com. I mean, it's been over years, but like during the .com days, I got laid off a lot.
You were like at pets.com.
When were the .com days exactly?
94.
Yeah, it was big for a while. Remember when there was a couple Super Bowls where every commercial was for .coms that could not afford Super Bowl commercials.
Right. Wow.
That was my pets.com references. That they went under after that because they spent millions of dollars on an ad to show their sock puppet.
And then they sued Robert Smigel. You know about that?
They did?
Yeah, because he also has the dog puppet.
Sure.
Yeah, they tried to sue him.
They tried to sue Triumph
Yeah.
because they're like, we
also have
have a puppet that's not funny.
Yeah, exactly.
We're gonna sue the fucking funny puppet.
Yeah.
Brett, what are you
Idiots.
doing for work now?
Right now, I'm just like freelancing and.
Freelancing what?
Yeah, do you think your current freelancing job will be your final?
I'm doing stuff for Stanford University, like their identity and how they look and.
What stuff?
Like just designing like their catalogs and.
Are you a programmer? Are you an art
designer?
Designer, like graphic design?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Oh,
don't want to do it
tips.
anymore. I'm kind of sitting. I'm tired.
Yeah, you guys trying to find backup professions for our friend here?
Well, I'm trying to see if he can make a new Keltoni logo.
Yeah.
I wanted to do one because I love Scarface, and I was thinking about all these different like rad shirts, but you guys already have.
Have you
Send
gone
us
on these
design.
websites like Fiverr and Tenor and 20er and 30er? Because it seems like if you nowadays you don't need to, you can work from home, especially for graphic design.
What the fuck are you giving him graphic design advice? What kind of a
No.
I'm trying to pay the bill.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
comedy, but I'm trying to like.
Have you looked at these websites? And you know what I'm talking about? These are websites that people can hire you for a job, and it's just like $40. You just make a logo for them. $40, you make a logo for them. But I know people that are like 7 days backed up of just $40 jobs that they spend like an hour on, and they're like making $40 an hour pretty much. And it's I don't know. I don't understand, or I would hate to have to try to do comedy and go to a 9-to-5 job, and I think that's what you're dealing with.
Yep.
Do you have a kid?
Yeah.
You have a kid.
You have 2 daughters.
You have 2 daughters.
Do you take baths with them?
And you're not with that. And you're not with that woman anymore, right?
No, we're going.
Oh, you're still together?
We're still there, yeah.
Okay.
Like financially, we're stuck where we are, but yeah.
Did you see Brad Sachs when he was up here?
Yeah.
He just had a daughter.
Yeah.
Did that remind you of a young Brad Banta?
Yeah. I never made the decision.
Well, thanks, Brett. It's always fun. He's on Twitter at Brett J. Banta for you listeners. Tweet at him.
Thanks, dude.
Follow
Thank
him.
you.
Always fun. Always exciting.
Did you ever ask Doug? Doug, you've been asked the question about like stuff that you in the past that you regretted doing as like material or something, or like
Yeah,
when you
is there
first
anything you
started?
did on stage when you first started that you can't believe you ever did?
Well, you go back and look at any set that you used to do. Like, whenever somebody shows me an old set from somewhere, I'm never completely happy with it, and there's certainly things that I hate
I mean, when you
about it.
very, very first started, like
Yeah.
not recorded on TV or
Oh well.
Before Friends.
I didn't have too many jokes that I didn't, pursue all the way to television. Like I didn't have much that fell by the wayside. But I guess there was some stuff. Like the very first set I ever did right here at the Comedy Store was like mostly props. I was like a prop act because at that time, Joel Hodgson and Pee Wee Herman and Howie Mandel, like those were like all like very successful, popular comedians who worked a lot with props that they either built or just toys that they found.
Do you remember one of the props that you took on stage with you?
Yeah, I remember everything exactly. I had this stuffed this penguin that was very cute, stuffed penguin that was a male penguin, and if you squeeze it, a plastic egg would fall out because the male penguin holds the egg and walks around with it for however long it takes. And I'd squeeze the egg out, and then I opened up the egg and showed a little stuffed baby penguin inside the egg, and then I put it all down. There was like no joke. There was absolutely no joke, but it got a huge laugh just because of the oddness of it. Oh, Andy Kaufman was also very popular at the time.
Oh, wow.
So he was another person. And Steve Martin. Like, I emulated a lot of guys that just did a lot of weird shit on stage. And in my first set, that got a laugh, so it encouraged me, and I kept going.
How long have you been doing stand-up?
Since 70... No. It's been a very, very, very long time. I don't like to talk about it.
Really?
Yeah, I like to, keep people confused.
I had Sinbad on a few weeks ago. He's been doing it 30 years.
Yeah, well, Sinbad can brag about something like that.
I had Jeff Garlin on with him. He's been doing it 32 years.
Tony, let me ask you a question.
I want to know how long.
Do you know that we still have an audience here?
Yeah.
And that other young comics are dying to get up here and
Jesse,
do 1 minute of comedy?
Anything crazy you did when you first started that you can't believe you did?
Well, I tell you what, this is something I never did, but it was always well, you know what? First of all, I wanted to say that there's a guy that I knew that I started with. I didn't do this, but he used to do some bit about how women love to run their fingers through Italian guys' hair. And then he'd pick a chick in the front row and go like, "You want to run your finger?" And then she'd go, "Yeah, all right." And then he would drop his pants and he had a fucking bushy wig in his tighty whities. But he would do that at minute 16. So that means he had to fucking have this sweaty wig in his pants for the first 16 minutes. And then he would just... And then I never saw him wash that wig. Like, he would then go back and shove it back. It was a fascinating... He's a comic still.
How big of a laugh did it get when he revealed that hair? Really?
It would fucking destroy.
Just run your fingers.
Yeah.
Did you ever see a show where he was like, "Would you like to run your fingers through my hair?" And the woman's like, "Nope." Like, doesn't that shut the bit down right there?
It sure would. Yeah. No, oddly, I don't think I ever saw that.
They're always like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
It always
Right on.
amazes me that, and any man here can try it. If you're on stage in front of an audience and you start to take off your outer garment, like your jacket or this hoodie or whatever, if you take it off on stage during a stand-up comedy show, several women in the audience will go, "Woo!"
Right.
Yeah.
They just fucking do it. No
Right.
matter how fat, ugly, stupid
Right.
you are, if you start to disrobe on stage, there will be women in the audience that go, "Woo!" It's crazy. Like,
Oddly
I don't
enough, though-
get that. It's like Pavlovian.
Yeah.
Like, women don't get to see stripping enough.
Right.
So when it happens, they fucking have to make a noise about it.
And the crazy thing
It's like a
is,
tea kettle.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's really weird. Try
Well,
it next
add
time.
an addendum to that, you would have to take the garment entirely off because this dude would just drop his sweatpants to his ankles, and that doesn't.
So he
somehow
always
do it.
had. He also always had to wear sweatpants because regular pants couldn't negotiate
exactly.
the fucking crazy wig.
Yeah,
and
it was amazing.
well, hopefully our next comedian doesn't do that. And her name is Felicia Thopes.
Oh,
She doesn't have a wig in her pants.
No.
Damn it.
Felicia Folks, you just got blacklisted.
Well, it happened so fast. Maybe she's in the shitter.
Willie blacklisted.
Maybe she started her period.
Fuck yeah, Willie.
It's getting better.
I guess you went with that same one that you did before, huh?
Yeah.
Decided not to change
I wish
it
we
up.
There was two
Another girl.
ladies, right? Two ladies didn't show up for their spot.
Yeah.
Ladies,
what are you gonna
man.
do?
What's
What are
up
you
with the
gonna do?
ladies tonight? Signing up and getting cold feet.
Put your hands together for Albert Linton. Here he is. Albert Linton. Albino.
Thank you. So my name is Albert Linton, like he said, and actually I'm glad he said it, and I'm saying it again, more for me than for you, because I'm pretty old and I'll probably forget my name by the time the set is over. So it's Albert Linton. I want you to remember that. Actually, it's Albert Nathaniel Arthur Linton. I don't use it because the initials are A-N-A-L. That's anal for the slow folks. And I drove up from San Diego. I'm originally from Texas. I don't really have a joke about that. Someone else, you can always tell when someone's from Texas because you say, Texas, you! Because everybody's proud of Texas. The best thing about Texas is being from there. I feel the same way about Florida. I like California, though, and I like the girls in California because California has beautiful women. I almost said the most beautiful women in the world, but, you know, that would be pandering, and I don't really want to pander because I'm not being paid. I've been doing stand-up comedy for a long time. I have no reason why I continue to do it, probably because I can't do any fucking thing else. I've tried doing a lot of things, everything. I'm kind of like this guy up here who says you get fired all the time for fouling. I'd fire you too, fucker. But the point is, I've been fired from a lot of things, and I've had kids.
He brought out the bear. Albert.
What happened? What happened to the kitten?
It was a cat.
There was a cat.
Oh, there was?
I just went right through that. I'm so
That's
sorry.
all right.
I missed
Fine,
it
it's
too,
perfect.
man.
You can get away with it, Albert.
How you doing, Albert?
For those of you that don't know, Albert works down at the La Jolla Comedy Store, one of our favorite places in the world, where we took Tell Tony on the road.
Come visit us.
Have you thought about going by the professional name Not Fat Albert? Because you're not fat.
No, I have not.
And
thought
your
about
name is
that.
Albert.
And that's a good bit.
Right?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Not Fat Albert.
I'm not Fat Albert.
Yeah.
Hey. But you were, that was, if I may go first, that was rapid fire jokes, and, you know, some better than others, but, you know, you how many times has he done it up here?
First time.
First time up here. You came all the way up from San Diego.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Yeah, I loved it.
I did too. It was great, man.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You can tell you've been doing it for a while. How long have you been doing it?
How long have you been doing stand-up?
Why are you looking at me while he's talking to you?
Why the fuck are you both
What's
so
happening?
cagey?
Me and Charlie,
What
what
the
the hell?
so cagey about how long you've done comedy? What the fuck is going
Well,
on?
that's why he looked at me.
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to. We're in the same boat. We both been doing comedy for 60 years.
You guys are both the
Neither
hosts
one
the
of us
Comedy
wants
Store.
to admit it.
So great.
Trying to stay young and contemporary.
That's right. That's the
Yeah.
idea.
Is that a Kangol you're wearing?
Yeah. No, it's my
That's
iPad.
a hat. Kangol
Here's
hat.
his
But
It's his iPad.
I can't go. This is the cover. When you get old and you go bald, you start wearing hats.
How old are you, Albert?
Here we go.
wait a second. You don't have to answer that.
No, I'm
Nobody
60.
can.
Why?
63. Holy shit.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's great. Look at you. You're hanging out with a bunch of young bucks. You're living your life. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I am. I'm excited. And I've been
Yeah.
doing comedy 25 years.
Wow.
Awesome.
Now, do you get up a lot in San Diego? I mean, I'm sure at the Comedy Store, but do you get up outside of the Comedy Store in San Diego a lot?
Yeah, I get up about, mostly when I'm not working there, I get up at the other clubs. I try to be up every night.
I would love to have you at the Ice House anytime that you want to.
I'd love to be at the
All right,
Ice
great.
House.
Yeah, I'll put you on the Ice House Chronicles.
It's
I bet you
even
have a lot of
further
cool
drive
stories.
from San Diego.
Who cares?
But you'll get
I
a
once
lot
drove
long,
from
You'll get a
Texas
lot
to
longer than a
Minnesota.
minute.
So,
What?
yeah.
Why?
To do Devil's Lake, Minnesota. There was a club up there.
Devil's Lick?
Lake.
Oh, Lake.
Devil's Lake.
I like Devil's Lake a lot.
You like Lake?
Lakes.
You know, yeah.
Devils
that
shouldn't
sounds
have a
good.
lake. Doesn't even make sense.
It was like
Devil's
85
Lake of
years
Fire.
old.
would make
Minnesota
sense.
has 10,000 lakes. They're gonna run out of people to name lakes after a while.
Yeah, they just have to. Satan Lake, Devil
Yeah.
Lake.
That's how it goes. I thought it was great, by the way, too.
Mephistopheles Lake.
How long have you been at the Comedy Store down there?
6 years.
6 years.
Right.
I bet you have a lot of crazy stories.
Yeah, it's a great place. There are a
We've
lot
had
of
a
funny
lot
people.
of fun weekends.
Yeah.
I know every time I go down
Tony,
there,
you guys have been on. We always have fun.
you see us always get crazy because everybody gets loose at La Jolla.
Yeah.
It's
And I
an
sell
amazing
popcorn a
comedy
lot down
club.
there. So
Yeah.
at
Many
the
people's
comedy.
favorite comedy club in the world. So it's
Definitely.
fun. Albert, I'm
You
so
guys
glad-
never been there.
No.
What? I've been
Never
to the La Jolla Comedy Store. You
Not
kidding me?
since-
How
not
long
since
ago?
since-
Not well. Yeah, it's been a while. But
Yeah.
did I do a show?
How
with
many
you?
years,
Did I
Doug?
do a show with you there, Brian?
That was the other club.
American.
Oh yeah.
ACC, American Comedy Club.
Yeah. But they're pretty far apart within San Diego. Like Comedy Store's in La Jolla, and the other one's in the Gas Lamp. But I just don't. I don't play there, but
But you guys should come down. That's what I was saying.
I've been there.
You should come back.
Yeah,
We will.
I will.
Albert,
All right.
thank you so much.
Thanks,
He's on
Albert.
Twitter at
Albert says Jesse Joyce, come to the San Diego
Please
San Diego Comedy Store.
Please follow Albert on Twitter, ALBLINT. It's that easy. Alblint, I think it is. He's on Twitter, believe it or not. 62 and tweeting.
63. Don't cheat him.
Okay, 63.
Just a small piece of advice. If you can get your own name and just your name on Twitter, go with that.
Yeah.
Don't mess around with. Get as close to your name as possible.
And don't add stand up to like. I know a couple friends of mine that they already have long names. Then they add stand up on the end of it, so it's like this person, stand up. If I'm making as a comic, this is comic advice. If I'm making a lineup like tonight at the Ice House or at the Comedy Store, but I will leave your name out more than most names. Like if you're the Teeb or something like that, I'm always putting the Teeb in there. But if you're like JeremiahStandUpComedy.com, I'm not going to put this whole Twitter address. Like
the Teeb should have his name because he's not professionally known as the Teeb.
Right, J Teeb maybe. J Teeb.
You should just have his full name if you can get away with it.
Yeah.
At Tony Hinchcliffe works perfectly.
Right.
I agree.
Red Band. Easy.
At Red Band's even better.
Two people that have decently long Twitter handles are our regulars on this podcast.
Regular time!
You've seen them every time you've ever seen this show. These two young ladies have been doing a new 60 seconds ever since the show started. And we're going to do it again tonight. Going up first, from the Dysentery podcast, Kill Tony, always a brand new minute with the goofy, fun stylings of Sarah Weinshank. Here she is.
What's up? I'm contemplating hibernation. I'm just over it. I just want to eat a lot of food and sleep for an extended amount of time. There's a lot of stupid people. There's a lot of stupid, happy people pissing me off, trying to get me to do things that I don't want to do, like play Jenga. There's two types of people. People who play Jenga and people like me. I don't want to play catchphrase. It's stupid. I don't want to play Jenga. It's stupid. People like that make me want to hibernate. Also, who are these people that take forever at the ATM? It leaves me in a weird position because it's like you can't get too close because then they think that you're going to rob them. But at the same time, it's not deactivating a bomb. Why is it so fucking hard, bro? It's not a riddle. Put in your pin. Okay.
Is there anything else after that? Put in your pin. It's not a riddle. That's it?
I don't really know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What more about the hibernating? What made you think of hibernating?
Yeah, last week you were talking about how you're talking to stars. Are you going through a bout of depression right now?
Sounds like depression. I want to be like a bear and hibernate.
Last week I talked about bloggers.
Oh.
Yeah. No, I just feel like hibernating. I want to eat and sleep for an extended amount of time. Who wouldn't want to do that?
People who aren't depressed.
It's true. It's true. Or people
who
play
have things
Jenga.
to live for, but
goals, dreams,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Weren't you just in the desert fucking playing Mario Brothers? Weren't you having a
I was
good
in the
old time?
desert. Yeah, I was in the desert. That's where I got approached by a stranger about Jenga, and I was like, no. I'm sleeping, minding my
that's
own
the
business.
worst when you're in the desert and someone wants to play Jenga.
First you think it's a mirage, you see the Jenga box, you're like, water. Next thing you know.
I was trying to sleep, and the stranger asked me to play Jenga, and I was like, no.
Yeah, that's not a game you play when you're sleepy.
Were you Burning Man? Is that what this is?
No.
Where the fuck why were you sleeping in the desert?
I wasn't just sleeping in the sand. I was sleeping by a pool. And a stranger drunk girl who was trying to make new friends invited me to play Jenga, and I said no. And then she came out with a catchphrase, and I was like, no.
But is that happening more than once? Because you were like, what's with all these people wanting to play Jenga in the desert?
What's with the constant barrage of Jenga enthusiasts?
If I had a nickel for every time somebody approached me in the desert and accosted me with Jenga.
I feel like there's a lot of people that like Jenga a lot.
Oh yeah, people do like it. You're
And they
right
want
about
you to
that.
like it too.
They have it like in bars and
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Like get drunk and get really nervous about these wooden blocks falling over.
Yeah.
It's fucking intense. It's like your own 9/11 that you get to build.
Let's play Tower 7.
Have you been eating and sleeping a lot lately?
Tower 7 would blow up from the inside.
Not as much as I want to be.
What?
I mean, not as much as I want to be, because I have shit to do.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think it's just a fantasy of mine to hibernate.
Right. If you could sleep for as long as you wanted to and wake up after that sleep, like set a machine to a certain amount of rest, how long would you sleep for?
I'm too neurotic to actually hibernate, actually. I don't know. Probably like a few weeks.
Sleeping's a really good diet.
Yeah. I love when it gets
Because it's
sick.
so hard to eat when you're sleeping.
Well, but that's the problem with hibernating is you basically store up for the winter.
Right, you eat a
So,
bunch
yeah.
and then just
So
sleep
she's
through
not
the winter.
saying napping. She's suggesting hibernating, which
Yeah. It's heavy.
it's probably the only bear
It's heavy
characteristic you'd actually want to, right? Being insanely overprotective of your young and not. You wouldn't be able to play Jenga, technically speaking, without opposable digits.
Yeah,
so.
I just have paws.
It's probably a lot of.
Do you want to
bear
go out
complications.
into a river and catch fish in your mouth?
No.
Okay. Just trying to think of other ways that you're bear-like. Do you like
Yeah.
Do you like picnic baskets?
Oh, Doug Benson.
I like a picnic basket.
When you're like honey,
Yeah, I like honey.
Who doesn't like some fucking honey?
do you sometimes just wear a t-shirt with no underwear or shorts? That's a Winnie
Is
the
that
Pooh
what-
reference, everybody. I know it's a little bit creepy, but
That is the weirdest outfit Winnie the Pooh has.
yeah, man.
Like, here's my butt and my dick.
More like Winnie the Ew.
I could barely cover my belly with this shirt.
When female bears have periods when they're hibernating, does it
Here
just-
we go.
Oh, Jesus. Sarah Wineshank, everybody. There she goes.
Hey, Sarah.
She's on Twitter at Princess Shank. That's Princess.
Princess.
Shenk. All one word.
All the princesses want to hibernate, right?
Yeah.
Sleeping Beauty,
Uh-huh.
Frozen.
Yep.
It's the end of my list.
Our other
Diana.
regular dropped out of.
Hey, come on, Princess Diana.
Yeah,
It's the
still
fucking
asleep.
anniversary this week.
Oh, it is?
Really?
Damn. How about that?
Yeah, she died on my 11th birthday.
She died on your mom's birthday?
No, my 11th birthday.
But it was Labor
On your
Day
11th
weekend,
birthday.
right? I think it was Labor Day weekend.
It's August
And
31st, 1997.
There you go. And I still have it. The LA Times weekend edition that weekend had a campaign they were going to sell as an auction to raise money a dress that Diana owned. And I swear to you, I have the weekend she died, I have an ad that came out in the LA Times that said, "Win a dress to die for."
Wow. Unbelievable.
Instagram that shit.
Pretty amazing.
Put your hands
Yeah,
together
I'll
for our
Instagram it.
final regular of the night. It's Kimberly Congdon.
That was a bad setup for her. Horrible intro. Lady Di, and now here's.
Hey. Hi guys. Who here has a mom? You guys have... Hey, me too. That's cool. Have you ever heard the saying, if you want to know what a girl's going to look like in 30 years, look at her mother? You've heard that, right? That's why every time my mom starts to gain a little weight, I politely remind her to stop cock blocking. It's like with every piece of bacon is another failed marriage. No one's going to want this. It's like, how does that burger taste? Does it taste like you'll never have grandchildren? Because you're ruining everything for me. I'm not going to take care of you in a nursing home. They are. I strongly believe in the pull-out method. I think it's an awesome thing. I'm always pretty careful. I don't want to get pregnant because I feel like I can't afford to keep anything alive besides myself. Okay.
is there anything else to that? Is that it?
That was a whole bit about dating a guy in the NFL who was way more careful about pulling out than I was, and every time he pulled out, I say that I just saw him spitting out D1s. Like, no.
D1s?
Yeah, it's like good. It's like college football.
Well, yeah, but what would it
Sounds
mean?
like nobody here gets it except one guy who, instead of laughter, just described what it is.
Little professional football
His
players
seed
being
would
wasted.
be good at football.
Right. Gotcha.
It was a joke about wanting
Division
someone's
1
sperm.
college sperm is what D1s means.
D1s,
right?
D1s, yeah.
Interesting. Well, I guess the cat saved you on that one.
Or nobody watches football.
The fucking
Pussy in time.
The burger.
All that
the
shit
burger
was amazing.
grandkids thing was, I think, the joke of the night. That was great.
Yeah,
That was
totally.
Thank you.
Yeah,
like that.
joke of the night.
There you go, joke of the night.
Official.
Shirley
Take
Condon.
it.
There you
And
go.
with that, we're actually going to wrap it up. Kim, great job.
Hey.
We're a little bit late on time.
I thought when she
Finish it up.
said she does the pull out method, I thought you were gonna say you pull out all your sperm out of you.
I like that you said wrap it up though.
You are
'Cause I didn't
unbelievable,
wrap it
Brian
up.
Redband.
That was gross.
I love looking at Jesse Joyce's reaction to what Red Band said.
He hates me. I feel like he's gonna attack me again.
Kimberly, great job. You crushed.
Oh, thank you.
Fantastic. The Bird of Truth, thank you. West Hollywood Bear, thank you. Kimberly Congdon is on Twitter at Kimberly Congdon. Sarah Weinshank, a Princess Weinshank. Jesse Joyce, you're Jesse Joyce. No I in Jesse. Jesse Joyce. One word.
That's right.
Hilarious, always on the move, something fun happening. Did your David Tell thing come out? That
Yeah,
just
the Comedy
happened.
Underground. Yeah,
great.
you can see the whole thing online.
Follow him on
Comedy
Twitter
Underground.
so you know when he's on Fox News. I always love seeing you're always busy and fun. So
Thanks, man.
keep up the good work. I'm sure we'll be working on the next roast really soon together.
Certainly will.
Doug Benson.
What? DougLovesMovies.com. That's all they need to know.
There you go. Doug Loves
All of
Movies.
my shit is over there.
Doug Benson's the man. Willie Hunter has his own show, The Willie Hunter Show. He's on Twitter at Willie Hunter. That's Willie spelled with I-E, not a Y, guys.
It's at Will Hunter Show.
Will Hunter show.
Oh, Will
Hold
Hunter.
one of those.
Good
huh?
Will Hunter.
Go with the name that you don't go with. That'll really guide him
All right,
there.
and then we gotta wrap the show up.
Yeah, there you go, you son of a bitch. It's that Will Hunter Show. Come see us in Columbus and Phoenix, everybody. Thanks for listening. This was episode, I believe, 69.
68
of Kill Tony. Thank you guys so much. Good night.
I'm giving you a night call. Tell you how I